up, guys? It's Varel here. Today we're gonna do What If Female Deku was the reincarnation of Elizabeth, Part 3. So, here's what Ciel looks like. What I forgot to mention is that Ciel actually can control his eye now. So he doesn't have to wear an eye patch anymore. So yeah, he finally knew how or learned how to turn off and on his quirk. And this is what he looks like now, okay? And Elizabeth looks like this. Okay? So last we left off was when they finished their date. And now they're going to go to UA. They were one of the early birds there. So once they were looking for class 1A, they found it. It was a big door, and Elizabeth said, "That is a really big door. I wonder why they put it there. Is it for tall kids, or is it for people who have gigantification quirks to make themselves look taller?" As you would say, you definitely need a gigantification quirk. You're short. As Elizabeth would say, I'm not. As they will argue a little bit about Elizabeth's size, and when they walk in, they see Aizawa Sensei, aka a giant yellow caterpillar, but it's actually a sleeping bag. As Ciel would say, "Wow, Eraser has a teacher, that's cool, right?" As Ciel would say, "Yeah, it's cool." As they would sit in the second row in the front, they would sit behind the front, as in the second row of the front. So this is the front row. And then they sat behind the front row. So yeah, they sat in the middle behind the front row. So yeah, they began to talk a little, and yeah, they began to talk a little, and yeah. But they did quietly because they didn't want to wake up Aizawa Sensei. They also noticed a girl with black hair and a spiky ponytail. And they also saw a boy with half white and half red hair with different colored eyes. So yeah. But they didn't really pay that much mind to it. So they began chatting, and slowly but surely, the room began to fill. And then when Bakugo came up, he came up to them and say, "All the extras! You thought you're better than me? Well, guess what? In your dreams, I'm better than every one of you." As Ciel would be sarcastic and say, "Sure you are," as he rolled his eyes, and Bakugo was about to pull explosion on him, but Ciel just dodged it and kicked and punched Bakugo in the face and roundhouse kicked Bakugo in the face, which actually laid some injuries. Oof. Which woke Aizawa up a little, but he didn't really pay no mind, and it actually left a little dent in the wall. But Ciel didn't even go that far because, as I said, if I forgot to tell you guys, Elizabeth's strength is 5% of One For All, while Ciel's is about 8% of One For All. So yeah. So Ciel was holding back, and yeah, it left a little dent on the wall, and Elizabeth said, "Ciel, we could have got property damage. You're lucky that my quirk is very useful in these kinds of situations." As Ciel would say, "Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Your quirk is pretty versatile." As Elizabeth would create a hammer, and don't go off in the comment section saying that a hammer isn't a weapon. It's kinda is, to be honest. Because if you whack someone's head with a hammer, oof. So yeah, she made a hammer and enchanted it with whatever it touches it fixes. So she made it. She touched the. She poked the hammer touched the wall, and it fixed, and it's now fixed. And Elizabeth de-summoned the weapon, and yeah, and she took a needle that can heal people. So if she takes out a needle and she enchants it into whatever it pokes into, it can heal. So she pokes the needle into Bakugo and he heals. But Elizabeth wanted him to learn his lesson, so she didn't really heal him completely, just enough to not knock him out. Everyone was pretty mad now, but you can't do anything because he saw them made a full-on war, so yeah. By the way, without anyone there to stop him, Bakugo's ego didn't stop but only grew, so yeah. I kinda feel bad, so yeah. Now let's continue. So yeah, this is basically it. So slowly but surely, it began to grow, and Elizabeth and Ciel were still talking, but quietly, because since they don't really want to wake up Mr. Aizawa. So yeah. And then Ida came up and saw Bakugo's feet on the desk and came up and Elizabeth said, "Hi, Ida." Elizabeth came up and said, "Hi, Ida-kun." As Ciel would say, "Oh, hey, Ida." As Ida would say, "Oh, hi, you two. Mind if I sit right next to you guys?" As they said, "Sure." As Ida would take his seat beside them, and yeah. And Ida saw Bakugo, and Bakugo peeled to death, and he stand up and said, "Put your feet off the desk! You're disrespecting UA property and the students who were once here." As Bakugo said, "We're born with a stick of your A." I'm not going to say the A word because this is a child-friendly show. I mean, a child-friendly channel. And so yeah, because I'm also a child. So yeah. Bakugo said, don't you have a stick up your A, or you're just born with it?" As Ida would be mad, and Ciel would stop him right there and said, "Ida, don't mind him. Let Elizabeth take care of this." And Elizabeth made a pin and put in her hair, and which gave her the quirk telekinesis. Because she enchanted the pin, and the enchantment is that she can have telekinesis. And she did Bakugo's field the desk and set it there, and yeah. Bakugo tried to get it out, but no, it won't work. Bakugo would say, "You damn bastard!" Ugh! Damn bastard, why do you keep on stopping me? So we're back up. I'm sorry for the cut, guys. Now let's continue. So Aizawa woke up and said, "Okay, so get your gym uniforms and go to the changing rooms and change, because we're going to do a quirk assessment test." As Ciel and Elizabeth will walk up, get their gym uniforms, and walk out. And yeah, the people in class 1A are still protesting about that, and they didn't even notice. Ciel and Elizabeth went to change, and Aizawa did. And Aizawa put his foot down and said, Either you guys go and change, or I'm expelling your butts. As they're scared and they just did what they were told. In the boys' bathroom, Ciel, in the boys' changing room, Ciel had a six-pack, let's just say that, and Kirishima came up to him and said, "Yo, what's your workout, dude?" As Ciel would say, it's just normal. I should take my friend Lizzie. She helps me with my training." As Kirishima would say, "Nice! Can I join you guys?" As Ciel would say, "Sure." Here's the address if you wanna go train with us. As Ciel would give him a card and an address. As Kirishima would look at it, and it's pretty cool, and say, "That's manly, bro." And Ciel would change and get out, and yeah. When Minel tried to peek on the girls, Ciel saw this when he got out from when he was done from changing, and said, and picked Minel up and threw him and said, "Don't you look at the girls, you perv. You perverts disgust me. Can't you at least give the girls some privacy? You disgust me. Next time you do that, that'll be twice as hard." Ciel gave 1% of one for all, and Dustin 0.5% of one for all. So, and Minella said, and yeah, that's he has 0.5% of, some of his strength. As I said, his strength is about 8% of one for all, so he has 0.5 of one for all strength. So Minella said, "That's twice as hard." Let's say he used 1% of the strength of one for all. He doesn't have one for all, but he has the strength of 8% of one for all, so yeah. And Ciel heard this and say, "Hey, the perp's gone." And Ciel did it. As Elizabeth say, "Oh, okay. Let's go continue changing then." As they would change and they would go outside. Ciel would get 2 balls and give one each to both Ciel and Elizabeth. He would say, "Okay, you two, you broke the whole UI school record. So you guys will go." Ciel created a pretty small dragon, but strong enough, medium-sized dragon, and just enough for it to carry the ball easily, and say, "Okay, so go to outer space and drop the ball there. Drop the ball at the moon, okay?" As the dragon would agree, and it would fly all the way up to the moon and in a really fast pace, and Isaiah would check on the meter on the device, and it would say infinity. As Isaiah would say, "Good. Now, Elizabeth," as Ciel would walk out the circle and Elizabeth would step in. Isaiah would give her the ball, and Elizabeth would pluck a kunai in it and enchant it go through and fly to space in a really, really fast pace in Mach 15. Isaiah would do it, and yeah. Isaiah would say infinity, good too. Now let's see. And then and yeah. So that's what happened. So yeah. Everyone got their same scores as usual, but Ciel and Izumi keep on getting first or second. Mostly Izumi got first, but Izumi got first in all of it because she didn't want Ciel to beat her, so she used her quirk too, to its fullest extent, and used her creativity to think outside the box. So Ciel and Izumi won. So Izumi got first place and Ciel got second. And Momo placed third, and so on and so forth. So yeah. So Aizawa would say, okay, so the one who will be expelled is Minoru Mineta. Mineta would say, no! Please, Aizawa! As he would cry his tears out. Aizawa would carry Mineta and send him to the principal's office. Mineta ain't gonna be here anymore. He ain't here anymore. He ain't here anymore, 'cause I want to. He ain't here anymore. 'Cause he ain't here no more. Because he ain't here anymore. Because I hate Mineta, so he ain't here anymore. So Mineta ain't here anymore, so yeah. Todoroki was thinking of Ciel and Izumi as rivals, and Almond was secretly watching this and thought, those two seem like good participants for One for All. They already have the strength for One for All. I wonder. And they would be a great asset to kill All for One. So who should I pick? So you guys comment down below who should get One for All, Team Ciel or Team Lizzie? Team Ciel or Team Lizzie? Or Team Ciel or Team Liz? So yeah. Team Ciel or Team Liz? So you choose who will get One for All, Team Ciel or Team Liz? Comment down below. So yeah. The rest of the day would continue as normal. And yeah. And then Kirishima would come over to Ciel and Izumi's house. And they would see it was a really big mansion. And the camera would come in and would look at Kirishima and say, "Oh, hi, I got the card that Ciel gave me." As the computer would scan the card and said, "Verification, Hiro Kirishima." Okay. As the gates opened and Ciel and Izumi would welcome him with warm arms. As Ciel would say, "Hey Kirishima, you said you wanted to train with us, right? And I talked with Izumi and she said that she doesn't mind." As Izumi would say, "Yeah, I don't mind honestly. I would love helping people out." As Kirishima would say, "Thanks." As they would go to the training grounds. Which is pretty big, so yeah. I'll describe what the house is. It's basically a really big it's pretty much one of those it's one of those woodland mansions. Basically one of those mansions. So, and it has a barrier around it of 5 miles. It has a gate over approximately 2 miles, and yeah. 5 miles and it's approximately 5 miles, and it also has a barrier, so it'll protect them from it'll protect them from villain attacks, earthquakes, natural disasters. So yeah. They'll train Kirishima, and Kirishima would say, "Thank you, I really appreciate it." As Ciel and Izumi would say, "Yeah, that's great." Kirishima went home, and Ciel and Izumi would kiss Ciel on the cheek and say, "Oh crud, this is getting so cheesy." And she'd say, "I love you." As Ciel would kiss her on her forehead, say, "I love you too," as they'll walk back inside. So that's where we're going to leave off, guys. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it off. I hope you like it, and I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. This is for Ellie, signing off. Bye. Oh crap! And by the way, which team should get one for all? Team Ciel or Team Liz? And another question: should I still make it some cheesy stuff like cheesy and mushy stuff, or nah? So yeah, bye guys. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see ya. This is Rally signing off. So yeah, bye.